Abagold Limited were introduced to Oman in 2011 through a random meeting between a Ministry of Fisheries delegate and Abagold, with an invitation to visit the Sultanate of Oman and evaluate the possibility to farm Oman abalone on land in the Sultanate. The potential existed to build a farm in the Dhofar region of Oman. Shortly afterwards, Abagold made a full commitment to evaluate, research, and discover Oman. After 4 years of evaluation, experimentation, and understanding the uniqueness of the Omanian abalone species Haliotis marai, Abagold combined forces in 2014 with Muscat Overseas Group in a joint venture. Out of this partnership, Oman Aquaculture was created. Abagold's processing, sales and marketing specialist, Werner Pick, visited the region in 2012, and he reviewed and evaluated the processing capabilities of Omanian abalone. He was able to confirm that this exotic species, Haliotis marai, which is unique to the Omanian coastline, was truly a high-potential premium product. Through processing of both dried and canned product on location in Mirbat, the quality and consistency of the species was further validated. A dedicated research hatchery was established in 2015 within the Omanian Aquaculture State Hatchery Facility in Mirbat. Hatchery specialists Arlen and Julieta joined the team and have been successfully spawning and producing baby abalone since 2016. The commitment to the joint venture partnership was to initiate a pilot research project to investigate the potential for farming abalone on land in Oman. The team had to identify the perfect location for such a farm, and the Dhofar region of Oman, and specifically the area around Mirbat, were selected by the joint venture team. The success of this work eventually culminated in the design, approval, and building of the Oman Aquaculture Abalone Farm at Mirbat in the Dhofar region of Oman. From a statutory perspective, the environmental impact assessments were completed by 2016, and land rights for farming were eventually achieved in March of 2018, along with all the relevant permits and farming licenses from the Ministry of Fisheries, which were required to start the construction phase of the project. Phase 1 construction started soon thereafter. The commercial viability of the venture, including the project timing, size, key milestones, phased construction, funding requirements, and resources were all in place by the end of 2018. Construction of the hatchery then started in April of 2019, and although progress was initially slow, it also became apparent that a first-off greenfield operation to build the first ever abalone farm in Oman was significantly more complicated and challenging than initially thought. However, resilience and fortitude are valuable attributes of the Oman Aquaculture team, and together with the engagement of Direct Services, a local Omanian construction company, and our Omanian and South African engineering and support teams, great progress was achieved. Even though delays and a number of restrictions were experienced, including COVID-19 limitations, the project is now nearing completion. Due to the complexity of this operation, there were many items and specific technology that needed to be imported to Oman from South Africa. The state-of-the-art design of self-cleaning tanks were manufactured in Oman by local manufacturers who built the tanks on site using this technology. Abagold will support the operations with knowledge, experience, and technology perfected over 25 years of abalone farming. The hatchery will house all components from spawning, settlement, and rearing of juvenile abalone, and was designed and built to support not only the full farm's baby abalone requirements, but will easily accommodate further expansion, as well as produce additional volumes of juvenile abalone for the proposed restocking initiative being presented by Oman Aquaculture for the Dhofar region. The grow-out area is made up of 160 fiberglass self-cleaning tanks, housing 16 baskets in each tank. The flow-through system has been built to ensure fresh, clean seawater and air is available to each tank on a consistent basis. A dedicated water inlet and pump system needed to be installed, which included the preparation and laying of extraction pipes, welded together and connected to the dedicated pump room on land to enable access to pump high-quality seawater at all times. On the 31st of May 2020, Mirbat experienced an unprecedented hurricane, where the Dhofar region was the epicenter of the storm. The region experienced rainfall in excess of 200 millimeters in 6 hours, along with excessive winds with speeds of up to 140 kilometers per hour. Thanks to early preparation and planning, minimal damage was sustained at the farm construction site and the research hatchery. But this was just one of the many setbacks experienced by the team. In 2021, the construction site was severely damaged by an arson fire, started on the premises. During the fire, most of the pre-prepared equipment, technical machinery and materials imported from South Africa were destroyed. Although this event was devastating for the team, thanks to insurance and the resilience of the team, the construction and operational team put the incident behind them and were able to continue completing the construction of the farm. In late November 2021, Oman Aquaculture donated 20,000 juvenile abalone to the Ministry of Fisheries and the State Hatchery in Mirbat for replanting and reseeding of abalone back into the ocean. These abalone were produced by Oman Aquaculture in their research hatchery made up of only a few tanks on site in Mirbat, and are the result of knowledge and experience in abalone farming from Abagold in South Africa. This intellectual property and knowledge forms the basis for our successful farming partnership in Mirbat. Oman Aquaculture are convinced that through the potential created at our facility in Mirbat and further collaboration with the Ministry of Fisheries of Oman, we will successfully supply large volumes of juvenile abalone for reseeding and restocking of the depleted natural stocks of abalone in the seas around Dhofar region. As a result of the potential of this initiative, Oman Aquaculture, the only operational abalone farm in Oman and the GCC, will continue to engage the Ministry of Fisheries to support and implement this great initiative, and together with making abalone sustainable again, potentially create and re-establish many hundreds of fishing and diving jobs in the region again. From the early days when Stoffel and Brendan traveled alone to Mirbat, there have been many people who have played critical roles in bringing this project to completion, from a dream to reality. These diverse contributors include the following people who have each had an impact and played an active role in this project: His Excellency Sheikh Salem, Ruan, Annie, Himansu, Rajesh, Charles, Pierre, Vanna, Saurab, Gert, Gareth, Zohair, Enver, Saeed, Julieta, Arlen, Etienne Rousseau, Tremaine, Tim, Raja, Rami, and Rajani. Phase 1 construction of this exciting project is now very close to completion, with the commercial startup date scheduled for the 15th of January 2022, after completion of all commissioning. Over the past 7 years, the joint venture has invested over 4 million Omani Riyals, more than $10 million, into the venture to develop and perfect the process of abalone farming from spawning through grow out, including commercial sale and export models, while building phase 1 of the commercial farm. During the same period, a number of competitive projects were announced, and some of these even got started. But at this time, Oman Aquaculture remains the only functional and sustainable land-based abalone farm in Oman.